Your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
That. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Watch twist. Watch twist. Tempo. 3, check 3.
Now a give right side. It's Carson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Ready? Yellow waiting.
What's the run? They're running it.
Here's Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. Third and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Going for into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Gets through, and now an opening. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. First carry now for Marcus Murphy. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Now here's Murphy, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Marcus Murphy, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. 3rd time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run it with Carson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down.
Ready? 5-9.
Let him know.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ready? You ready? Right 57. You the opposite. 26, check 26. Kill. Shit. Under.
They'll go with Murphy here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Marcus Murphy with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Begin. Check 43. Alert 3.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call. and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a second down coming up. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a second down coming up. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. To throw is Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Wilson now to throw on third down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, zero.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second and 5 now. Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyway.
You know a coach said done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Open man is Michael Thomas. A gain of 22.
Come on, one thing for sure. You know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
Set. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
Mark 54. So don't say nothing.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Ready. You ready? We go 21, 21.
Shoot that ball.
5-9.
Brees now on 1st down. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
95-56, 95-56. 21.
Throwing on 1st down is Brees. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Ready.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Brees now to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards the pickup there.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Breeze. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 50. Hey, Steve 6. I'm coming.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54. 3 bud.
54 is Mike. Here we go. Ready, tack.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, Delta.
Now Breeze. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
And this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he finds Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. You must be treated. You kill. Hey, easy.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's go, D.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he's going to go down again. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check three.
They start the second half with Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Murphy. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
on 2nd and 14. Breeze. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. To throw, it's Breeze. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Luck's good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
I'm coming after you.
Got it. Good up for signal. Front left.
He's mine.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. That's complete. It's Gordon. It's a big play there for Seattle. 61 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
14. Hey, easy. Touch.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Easy. Good job right there. Switch it. Slow down.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after.
He's got a man, complete. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 53 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A give to Kamara running right. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here. Breeze going to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Matthews, the intended target. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
The throw over the middle taken in. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. David Onyemata gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
39, Seahawks 36.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Bang out, bang out, bam, bam.
29 is the Mike 29.
What we got? What we got?
Throwing is Wilson. It's caught. Block it. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. David Onyemata able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
14, got it. One left.
He's not going to get me.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing, and he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Tyus Bowser picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
5-9.
From the 27, Breeze. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one.
Check.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brees. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. 4 down.
Watch out.
And here's Wilson operating from the gun. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Wilson going to throw again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 20, 10, 5. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Lutzel look to add the extra point. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Able to avoid him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnover.
And got his man complete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, the run with Lynch. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play call, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's back to throw. It's complete to Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. So we got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do,
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.